Right, good evening. Just sorting this out. Give me a second. Problem is you can't share the screen at the actual stream out before you actually do the stream. You got to like start the stream and then go into share when the stream's actually streaming. Before Google closed down, you was able to actually share it around on like your Google Plus before the stream actually streamed, went live. But now it's completely different. So when you're actually about to live stream or while you're live streaming, that's the only time you can actually stream it. So they made it a bit more complicated for us. So I didn't go out today because it was bloody pouring the rain. Hello, Jamie boy. I was talking about you last night in a good way. We have to meet up when it gets nice and warm. Maybe you could take me to a couple of locations, some nice wooded areas, so I can check them out and, think about doing some metal detecting here. I don't really want to do parks, to be honest with you. I prefer to do wooded areas now. No, I've got access to a park if I want to, but I can't be asked. If I go to Reading, I'll have access to everywhere. But I prefer to do woodlands and anything else because woodlands, if they go back over a good 100 years or so, you're definitely going to have like little footpaths and even main footpaths where people will walk through them and dropped money or coins, jewelry, other bits and pieces. Oh dear. I'm a bit tired already. I've had 2 sleeps today. Well, actually, I had to sleep earlier. Talking about Banstead, I might be getting permission over near there, actually. The guy who's giving me the new permission, where I'm going to go tomorrow, is on the border of the one I've already got. So the one I'm already doing, or what's like, is happening is like you've got like a little kind of like barbed wire fence which borders off different properties, yeah. Well, I'm on this property, and just on where the fence is, there's another property there. Well, tomorrow I'm actually going to go on that one for the first time to do a little bit of detecting. I've already rang the guy up tonight just to make sure it's okay. He said, yeah. I said to him, oh, excuse me, I'm bloody tired. I said to him, well, I'm going to go to my main one tomorrow, do some detecting on there. And I was wondering if I can get you okay to jump on your one after for an hour or two. He goes, yeah, knock yourself out, no worries about it. And I said, well, I thought I'll ask first. And also, do you want me to ring you every time I do want to go on? He goes, no, just go on there, that'd be all right. You're okay there. So I actually spoke to the guy tonight, and I'll be going on his site tomorrow. The only reason I had to ring him was to ask permission. Plus, he wants me to go and look for a gold diamond ring that someone lost around near his property. Not the property I'm going to actually milk detect on, because that's just like a horse paddock. It's where he lives, and I'm still having trouble. I'm trying to find out where he lives. Actually, he gave me the postcode, and all I can find in the postcode is like, like empty fields and a couple of like houses, kind of thing. So, I did say to him, well, give it till next month. I'll sort it out, with you about coming looking for the ring. But for now, I need to try and find, where you are and like how to get there and stuff like that. But as I'm going to go to my permission tomorrow, the one I've been doing for like, several months, he knows the other landowner. He had to take a key for the new padlock to the gate to the guy. So he knows where he lives, and I've done a printout of where I think he lives, and I'm going to show Ron tomorrow, my landowner, ask him if that's the right location. If not, I'll ask him if he can give me the full address details, because like he must know it if he had to go and take a key to the gates to the guy, a few weeks ago. As I said, like when I do meet up with a new landowner to look for the ring, I do find it, and the offer reward alone is like me being on his property. The only thing is, it's going to be hard for me to show him what I have got. So I'll probably do like a monthly video on what I found on his land, and then send him the video link. And if he wants to watch it, then that's up to him. Because he might see some kind of video where he might say, "Oh, that's nice, I want that." Or if I find any other kind of like personal belongings that might belong to like his family that are lost on the land, he might want that back, and I'm willing to do that actually. So I've not found any jewelry really. And anyway, I found that brooch, that pin badge, the Queen's guards brooch, which I showed Ron, and he's just interested in looking. He didn't want it, so I kept it. So any kind of like jewelry I find, I will let them know. And if it's something they lost, then I wanted to give it back to them, because that's only fair. That it's only right for you to give something back that they once lost, kind of thing. So tomorrow I'm going to have a little walk around on the new permission again first, like I did on the video last week, I think it was. I walked around the edge. Now, what I'm going to do tomorrow is where I first started off, where the woodland is. I'm actually going to detect along that woodland for about an hour or two. And then after, I'm going to go back on my main permission. And that's what I'm going to keep doing. Every time I go to do detecting on my main permission, I'm going to jump on the new one first and jump back on the old one and do like, little bits each time I go there. Because the new permission is a lot bigger than the one I'm on at the moment, I'm going to have to find a way of gridding it out. And I don't know if there's any kind of like application or tool I can download to grid a map out on a computer. So I'm going to send a message over to West County Clegg and ask how he grids his lands out. So I think he said that he grids them out time to time. You might just get like some sticks and like make a square block and say, right, this is what I'm going to detect today, and that's it, kind of thing. But you can't really be leaving sticks in the ground when you finish. If there's horses around, and there are horses around on both my properties. The new one I'm starting tomorrow has got more horses and ponies than my main one's got, kind of thing. I think one's got like 8 or 9, and the other guy's got about 15, I think. It does look like they don't really go down to the back that much. I think they're more up near the front where, my other permission is. Because, horses, they, well, I suppose like humans, really. Once they know there's another horse there, they're going to go and, like, be with the other horses, I suppose. I don't know. Maybe start talking in horse language. And neighing at each other. Because when I was there the other day, last week, I think it was last Saturday I was there, the horses on the new permission started running up towards me, and I thought, oh my God, they're going to chase me off and, try to stampede me or something. But they didn't. They actually ran up to the borderline where the other horses, like a couple of ponies were, and they was just like nodding at each other. So I thought, well, okay, as long as you leave me alone, that's the best thing, because I don't really like, chasing you off and scaring you, and making you like afraid of me and attacking me and all that kind of stuff. So, I've been looking on the map, and if it is where I think the permission is, where I've got to go and look for that ring, there is some land behind there as well. So I'm going to try to find out who owns that land and try to get permission on that land. So I might get another permission over in that area, hopefully. And also where the second permission is, as you go back, where you've got the tree line, there's more fields behind the tree line, which is like bordered off. I'm going to try to find out who owns that fields and ask if I can get permission on them as well. Because then that will last me quite a few months, actually. The one I've got, the second one I've got now, that's going to last me about 5 or 6 months, maybe, because I'm only going to be able to go up there maybe once or twice a week, kind of thing. I've been on my main permission for about 5 months, I think, already now, something like that. I've only been going up there maybe once a week. Sometimes I dig up there twice a week, but I've cut it down because I can't afford to keep going up there every week, twice or 3 times a time, so I've cut it down for once a week at the moment. So unless some kind of funding comes my way, then I can go up there twice a week, maybe. I don't know. But I've still got, quite a bit of land to do on my main permission stuff. Still got a couple of acres to do on there, actually. Hello, Stanley Diggs. How's it going? Thank you for coming in. I'm just doing a little video, talking about my new permission. Going to start on that tomorrow. So what it is, it's like a really big field, probably about 25, 30 acres, maybe a bit more than that, yeah. But it's split into like borders, and the first top half of the border is like about 7, 8 acres, yeah. That's the one I've been working on mostly, yeah. Now, as you get down to where the border line is, where the barbed wire fencing is, you got another. Well, you still got the same field, but that particular part of the field is owned by someone else, which I've now got permission to do. But at the bottom, you've got like another square section, which is probably maybe be 3, 4 acres, something like that. That's owned by someone else. Now, I need to find out who that is so I can get permission to do that one as well. But when you get on the second part, the middle part, and you go right to the back, you've got some woodlands, and that's actually bordered off this section. Now, if you kind of go where the woodland is, you can actually see more fields over there, which I want to try to find out who owns them and try to get permission for those ones as well. And then after that, once I get to see the new owner, because I've only just spoken on the phone with him, and he has given me permission to be on his land tomorrow. I said to him, give it till next month. Let me get my stuff all sorted out and, find exactly where you are, and I'll arrange to come over and try to find that ring, because he's, someone in the family lost a gold diamond ring, and he wants me, if possible, try to find it for him. He said he's only a little bit of land, so you should be able to find it if we give you a rough idea where it is. So, he doesn't live on that part because it's just like fields. He lives further away from the fields. He's got to travel to get to his horses to feed them. I don't think it lives that far away though. If it's where I think it is, no, I can walk it in about 15 minutes. Because all I've got to do is cut through some other wooded areas and cut across some fields. And I think those fields are open to the public because I have seen people walk through them fields. So I kind of went over that way and nearly got lost. And I did see people walking through the fields with a dog. So, I was actually on the field and they never said nothing to me. And I was thinking about going down that way to see who owned that land and get permission there. But it was getting a bit cold and wet and windy and I didn't want to be out too long. So I decided, no, I'll leave it to another day. But if it's where I think it is, I've got to go back through that area. And, there are houses along there. And I'm going to see if they own those fields I was on last time, about 4, 5 weeks ago. And if they say, yeah, they own the land, I'm going to see if I can get permission on them as well. But where I've got to go and find this ring He's got land behind him as well, I think. That's if it's the right place I'm looking at. If it is the right place and that is his land as well, I'm going to try and get permission to do that as well. So I reckon that's got to be probably about 20 acres there, probably as well. So, yep, tomorrow I'm going to be starting on a new permission. I don't want to be on it too much at the time, because I still got, as I say, on my main permission, one's area, I still got, probably 2 or 3 acres to do on there. Because if he said it's like 7 acres land, and I've been like going up there once a week, and I've been spending 3 hours, I've not been like going crazy, walking fast. I've been kind of taking my time, and I've been going over whatever I'm detecting for a good 2 or 3 minutes sometimes, trying to find out exactly where to dig. Because when I did start milk detecting, even last year, although I was using the pinpointer, I still couldn't pinpoint the exact location where the find was. I was digging kind of like, say, like there, but the find was there, so I had to keep like running the milk detector over and like trying to pinpoint it. And when I did pinpoint it, I was probably about 10 inches away from the bloody thing anyway. And I was digging really big holes, and not deep holes but big holes, and I don't like digging big holes. So I did eventually learn how to use the pinpointer properly, and now I've got like the bounty hunter, which I got from Alan. That helps me. That pinpoints it down to a better kind of like location on the ground. And the one that my son bought me for Christmas, the Minelab GoFind 44, that's also a good detector, but it doesn't tell you what you're actually finding. It says like, well, on the bounty hunter, it gives you a rough idea, if it's definitely a coin or not. Yeah, but on the bounty hunter, it's got like coin, foil, or ring. So when you detect something, it's either coin, foil, or ring, or it could be something else. Like it doesn't say if it's lead or if it's like tin or something. On some of these milk detectors. So you're thinking that you go and find a nice coin or something, or maybe a bit of jewelry. It turns out to be a bloody bottle cap or a piece of lead or some other kind of crap. But I do tend to bring my lead home and like store it, because I do make fishing weights time to time. And what I want to do this year is make a load of fishing weights and take them up to the common and just hand them out to the people I know up there. Give them away free, because they're not really costing me much, apart from melting it down and the cost of like the gas and the actual what's it called, the thing you pour it in. So as long as I've got plenty of fishing weights myself, if I ever go fishing again. So I do like fishing, but I don't really do a lot of leisuring. I kind of do more float fishing. But sometimes I do leisuring, and you do need fishing weights. And I make like 1/4 ounce weights. And I've probably got about 20 in the cupboard anyway. Which anytime I find lead, I'll bring it home and just like stock it up. Because lead is getting a bit rare. Actually, it's hard to get hold of. I think they're actually going to be stopping companies making fishing weights out of lead as well. I've seen people like buy fishing weights made of copper and iron, I think it is. So trying to get lead, you can get lead on eBay, but what's the point of buying it if you can find it? And I found quite a bit. Even Alan found some lead the other day when we was on a meet up with each other, and he gave it to me. So and sometimes you go around the lakes and you've got permission to do milk detecting around lakes, you're guaranteed to find fishing weights there. My local lake, where I was, doing detecting, I found at least 40 odd fishing weights within one day. So, I've got plenty of weights, and some of them, do need like melting down and remaking. But I'm kind of happy to find anything really, but I do get annoyed when you keep finding bloody foil and bottle tops and pool can lids, and like tin cans all the bloody time. So I think there's one day I went out and all I kept finding was tin can, tin can, tin can, tin can, tin can, bottle top lid, tin can, pull tab, tin can. I was getting so pissed off. I was just about to go, and I thought I'd do one more, and suddenly I found a coin. Although it was a modern day coin, I found a coin, and that put my hopes up a little bit, so I carried on. And I did find a few more coins. I found a King George coin as well, but then it kind of dried up and started to find more tin cans. And I thought, nah, I've had it. I'm going home. So I spent about 4 hours, and out of like 2.5 hours, I was just finding junk all the time. But with my property, what I'm doing at the moment, it's not too bad. I'm not finding too much junk. I'm finding bits of scrap iron. No, I even found a part of a kid's tricycle bike. Would you believe? The pedals and the actual the gear bit. So I threw that to one side in the woods. Then I found like one of the tricycle wheels not long ago, so I put that to one side. And I was finding like scrap bits of iron as well, just like. And I did find what was it? I think there's a part of a tractor, the actual dig bit, the trail thing. And I put that to one side, and I was going to actually show it to Ron next time I went up there. But when I went back, it disappeared. So someone must have found it and got rid of it. But normally, the trash I do find, I do attend to like put to one side. So I'm going to be, bringing home crap with me, tin cans and iron and stuff like that. I only like to bring home things that are interesting, unusual, coins and stuff like that. So tomorrow I can't wait to get out there, because tomorrow is going to be a bit more dry and sunny tomorrow. Today we've had nothing but crappy rain. And I've had a bit of sleep today, but I'm hoping to go to sleep early tonight, because I want to get up for about 7, be up there for about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and get detecting on the new permission first for a couple of hours, and then jump back onto my main permission afterwards for a couple of hours. But I'm trying to figure out how to plot grid a certain location out, So I don't want to be going onto the land and like getting 4 sticks and saying like A, B, C, D, working that area. And then once I finished it, I'm going to have to pull them sticks back out. So otherwise, if the horses go around, it might stab them, which I don't want that happening. I don't want in any way, any kind of like problems or damages done to the horses or ponies or anything. So I'm going to have to like remove them. And then next time I go there, I'm going to try and have to remember what part I've done and what part I haven't done. But I'm only going to do like probably 100, 200 yards in each direction, from point A, B, C, D in a square area. Or I might just go, even the wooded bit, that would probably take me alone 2 days to do, if I was on that particular site tomorrow and I thought, well, I'm not going to do one, so I'm going to do this one today, that section where the woodlands are, you've got woods there, you've got like a bit of a field in between another set of woods, so it's like a very long pathway in one way, but it isn't. But if I'd done all that, that still take me 2 days at 5 hours per day kind of thing, I reckon. Might even take longer, because you know, you don't want to rush it really, do you? You want to take a slow pace and, like, you know, take your time and try to detect whatever. You know, I'll guarantee there's going to be trash there, because I did see trash there anyway. But you don't know what might be hiding in between that trash. That's the only thing. Like many people say, you know, always dig everything, because, you know, you could have a bit of iron bleeping, and that iron could be camouflaged in something else. And I have found stuff where, you know, even with when I was with Alan the other day, actually, I was getting iron, but I was getting something else with the iron. And I'm learning how to actually detect that, actually, you know, like, well, hang on, I'm getting a grunt now, but there's something else there. So I thought I'd dig it, and there's an iron bolt there, but also next to it was a coin. So, you know, it's only a modern day coin, but, you know, I'm now actually learning how to detect that way as well, because sometimes if it's like a grunt and like a little ping, I don't bother with it sometimes. But it's always best to, like, you know, dig them just in case there is something there. Might be a gold coin next to it for, you know, or, you know, a piece of jewellery or a Roman coin. I'm also trying to think of my bucket list I want this year. I want to find another silver. I want to find a hammered. I want to find a Roman. I want to find another horseshoe. I want to find some badges, like cat badges, because I have found one already, but I would like to find another cat badge. And any kind of like medieval stuff, really. No, I found a load of like buckles, which I believe are possibly medieval. But I found an iron one the other day at my permission, and I think that, but I don't know what it is actually. Let me just go and grab it. Show you it. I'm getting hungry now. So I found this one the other day. So anyone knows what that one is. You know, I'm pretty sure it's iron. It's not brass. Well, I definitely think it's iron. And it's definitely a buckle, because you can see there where the pin would have gone across it. So anyone knows what kind of buckle that could be? See there, that's where the pin would have been going across there. Sometimes you do a photo of it and you do a Google image search on it. Sometimes it does show you, but, you know, sometimes it would say, well, that's a medieval, when it isn't. And that could be horse buckle, you know, for something to do with the horses. It could be a buckle that military could have used, you know, during either the First World War or Second World War, in Civil War. I don't bloody know. But yeah, if anyone knows what that buckle could be, but I think it's definitely iron because it's rusted. Yeah, you know, talking about bling, this is one of them, like a little fairy thing I found over one of the locations. Not one my permission, but somewhere else I found that. I think my favourite ones is this one. You know, like I still don't know what kind of material this is. It doesn't look heavy enough for lead, but it's a little kind of like horse riding kind of character. That was on my main permission, and the Queen's badge, although the head is kind of twisted around, but that is a Queen Regiment pin badge. And my lead seal, which has got writing on both sides. I don't see that actually, but that's my best 3 ones at the moment. apart from some of the coins I found, you know, I found this military button as well. It's got like the 1 on it, plus it's got like the 1. It's holding an axe in his hand. I don't know if you can see that properly. I tend to try to take photos of it. Still can't get this cleaned up. Don't know what coin that is. Could just be an old halfpenny, I don't know, but I can't get it cleaned up. I've got another, like, some people call these like tomback buttons. You know, big ones, small ones, little ones, silver plate kind of thing. I just call it a button. I think that's a modern day penny, that one. But yeah, I'd love to find out exactly what buckle that is. You know, it's definitely iron. No, I haven't even bothered searching on Google on it yet, to be honest with you. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be going out detecting. Just hope the weather stays good for tomorrow. I don't want to be like staying in again tomorrow. Because you know, last time I went out was Monday. Last Saturday and Monday. And I definitely want to go out and get on to this new permission. And I'll be honest with you, that's pure luck, because I spoke to Ron, right, and I asked him who owns it, and he told me who it was, but he never gave me any information, phone number, who I could contact to actually speak to. I think Ron just wanted me to be on his land, actually. But when I was on there about a week or so ago, I was detecting, and I was just packing up because it was getting cold and, you know, beginning to get a little bit overcast as well. I thought I'd pack up. Now I saw that one had let someone in the main gate, and whoever it was driving down this like dirt path, you know, which runs along the sideways of both properties. So I thought I'd just be a bit nosy. Went down there because I saw him going on the land. And I called him over. I said, "Hey, mate, I'm on work, you know." So I went down, and it's a young guy with, I think, probably daughter or sister or something. And I said, "Excuse me, mate. Oh, you don't mind me asking, but do you own this land?" He goes, "Well, yeah, why?" I said, "Well, you can see I'm milk detecting on Ron's, and I've been trying to find out who owns this land. And I just wondering if it's possible if I can get permission to milk detect on it." I don't know, I'll have to, you know, speak to my dad about it. So I said to him, "Well, you know, any chance I can get your dad's phone number?" So he goes, "Well, what I do, I'll ring him now." So he rang up his dad, and I got to speak to his dad on the phone. He said, "Yeah, knock yourself out, mate. I don't mind, you know." He goes, "Actually, as you're a milk detectorist, maybe you can do me a favour one day." I said, "What's that?" He goes, "Well, we lost a gold diamond ring. One of the women threw it over into the woods area somewhere, and we need to locate it." He goes, "We've got an idea where it is, so would you be willing to look for us?" I said, "Yeah, no fucking trouble." I said, "Look, you know, you give me permission to come onto your land. On this land, is it in the woods behind your land?" He goes, "No, it's like, you know, where we live." So I said, "Yeah, you know, give it till the new year, you know, let me get sorted, and I'll arrange a time and a date, and I'll come over and try to find it for you." So he said, "Yeah, all right, great." Now, and if I find it and he offers me any kind of reward, I'm not going to take it, as I keep saying. I'll rather say no, because, like, you know, it's giving me permission to milk detect on his land, and he might not even want anything that's on his land. You know, I reckon it's all going to be trash anyway, or horse-related stuff. But yeah, so have to see how it goes tomorrow now. Anyway, I'll shoot off. There will be a video up tomorrow night, so if you're interested in watching that, it'll be up for, I don't know what time, because it depends on what time I get home. I usually leave there before dusk, you know, because it gets dark here now around about 4 o'clock. So I tend to pack up for about 3:30. By the time I get to the bus stop, you know, it's getting dark. You know, I can't smoke detector in the dark because, like, I ain't got the proper head torch and equipment, to be honest with you. Can't afford it at the moment. And it is going to start getting lighter now, a bit longer during the daytime, because, like, a few weeks ago, it was getting dark at 3:30. Today, I don't think it got dark till about 4:45. So, you know, the daylight time is getting a bit longer now, thankfully. So, but I don't really want to be on there too long. You know, I've been doing runs with Ron, the main property. I've been doing on there no more than 4 or 5 hours, you know, kind of thing. 5 hours is just too bloody tiring. And people turn around and say, oh, you know, you're always moaning and boning saying that you're tired. Well, if you do detecting, you know how tiring it is walking around, you know, bending over, digging holes, pinpointing, recovering the artifact or whatever it is, you know, then covering the holes up again, moving on to the next dig. You know, you're always on your feet. You're always digging. And sometimes, you know, these things ain't shallow. Sometimes they can be like 10, 12 inches deep, you know, kind of thing. And, you know, you got to keep messing around trying to find out where the bloody thing is. So I'll probably do like 2 hours on the main permission, on the new permission to start off with. And then I'll jump back on to my main permission after. So all I've got to do is jump over a wire fence. Hello, Julie. I'm just finishing off now. You're late, girl. You're late. You're always late. Late woman. So I'm going to go and get something to eat because I'm getting a bit hungry now. I was going to cook some pork, but I'm not going to bother tonight. I'm going to just have another sandwich for tonight. Watch a few YouTube videos. Who's the one I was just back on to watch? It's the one I was just back on to watch. Tin Cup Tim Milk Detecting. I think I was back on to watch him. Yeah. See what he's doing. Scanner Guy 1968. He's got 2 videos. Looks like he's got up. Talking about flashlights or something. And there's a couple of other videos I want to watch later. You know, like I like watching videos on like recycling as well. You know, I've been watching some videos today where they actually put cars and, you know, junk into like these great big giant crushing machines, and you know how people can stand there, lean over, dropping something in. You know, if they slipped, oh, I just wouldn't like to see the outcome of someone slipping in one of those great big giant, you know, teeth-eating crushing machines, because they wouldn't live. They'd be flattened. They'd be all chopped up to bits. And how people can do that kind of job, I don't know. You know, sometimes it spooks me out. There's another guy who I used to be watching who goes out traveling to different locations, and he tries to climb the highest point, and he climbed one of those really massive radar things in Shinobi. And when he was looking over with his camera, it was like, it looked like a mile, you know, kind of drop. And that just kicked off my vertigo, you know. And, you know, he's actually done other videos where he's like climbed this like great big antenna somewhere, you know, and that's like, well, it looks like about 1.5 miles high, and he's climbed to the top and he's on the edge, you know, and it ain't blowing a full wind, but there's a bit of a gust there, and he's right on the edge. And I'm thinking, if he falls, he's going to, no way is he going to survive, because he's got no kind of like safety harness or anything on him, you know. And he's one of these guys who just goes out, you know, for the thrill. He's a thrill seeker. And when I was watching, I thought, I can't tell you off. You know, I started feeling like, dizzy. I'm thinking, nah, this video is going to make me kick off my vertigo. You know, and I do have vertigo. I don't even like going on aeroplanes, but I have been on an aeroplane twice. Which is weird, because like I don't like looking down at heights, you know, even when I'm going across the bridge, you know, I don't like crossing bridges with water. One, because I can't swim, all right, so the bridge collapsed, I'm going to die two ways, drowned or crushed, all right? So I don't like going across bridges with water, which I have to do when I go and meet up with Alan and we go to a certain location. And I did tell him I don't like going across this bridge sometimes, but it's the only way to get to the location where we're going to milk detect. And I said, like, you know, when I'm on an aeroplane, it's weird because, like, I don't like watching these things on YouTube where people are, like, climbing, like, high locations, you know, mountains and stuff like that. Even, like, I watched, the Most Dangerous Roads video where, like, they're going along this mountainside in the Philippines, and I have been on that mountain, and you know, you look over the side, it is like thousands of 1,000 feet drops, and like, you know, people have died. And when I was going across it, I was so fucking scared, you know, even on the aeroplane, yeah, going to the Philippines, I wasn't too keen when the aeroplane took off and got up in the air, but for some reason I wanted to sit in the window. And one's looking out over the coast and like looking on, you know, I can't remember we went past France or whatever, but when we was going across land, it was quite a nice view, and like the fear factor suddenly did disappear on me, you know, that vertigo disappeared. But as soon as we started landing, it kind of like just popped up again, you know, kind of thing. And I'm thinking, well, we're in an aeroplane now, you know, and if it suddenly explodes, so I'm not going to feel nothing. So, you know, we're going to be dead. So at least I'm going to be closer to God and heaven if it does ever happen, you know, kind of thing. But I just don't like heights, you know. I had that fear. You know, I don't even like going in those kind of parks where you can actually go and watch the dolphins and whales, you know, and you've got like the glass mirror, because I'm always thinking, well, that mirror, that glass window shatters, gonna drown. Oh my God, those horrible fear factors. But never mind. Hello, Alan. I'm just going, mate. Oh, I've ordered some gloves. And I'll show you what I've ordered. I'll give you some when I meet up with you next time. Wait a minute, I've got to show you. 20 pairs for £11 on Amazon. They should be here Saturday. Vigo. 20 pairs rubber latex coated gardening and work gloves. £10.49. 20 pairs. Size large. So remind me when we meet up next time to bring you some, yeah? Because you've given me some in the past. So let me know and I'll bring you a couple of pairs. But anyway, I'm going to go because I want to have something to eat and try to get some sleep early tonight, because I'm going to be working on my new permission tomorrow for a couple of hours. And after that, I'm going to go back on my main permission. And I'll need to check out some messages as well. Don't worry, it's nothing to do with drama. Just posted some like pictures up on a Facebook page that, you know, is a milk detecting page, and there was a comment now, I think, on one of the pictures I posted up. I'm sure that this is a door knocker I found. I've not cleaned it yet, but that's what I found. I can't remember when I found that, actually. Was it when I was with you, Alan? Can't remember. So when I was with Alan or on my other site. And that's the back of it. I think it's an old door knocker. Don't know. I've got to try to clean it up. I was thinking about doing that. What's it bloody called? Electro system or whatever it's called, where you clean the rust off with water and electricity. Well, I'm not going to use electricity. I'm going to use a car battery. I've got a car battery, but I need a charger for it. But I might buy a new car battery and a charger, because I don't think that car battery is working or not. I don't know. But other people said, like, you can do electrosystem, or whatever it's fucking called, with batteries, like, smaller batteries, 9-volt batteries and stuff like that. So it's like, if I put that in and connect to that with 9-volt, that should get some of that stuff off. But I don't know. Right, anyway, I'm going to go, and there'll be a video up tomorrow, as I say, with me mix detecting on my new permission and the old one, and hopefully I might find some good stuff. If I don't, I just have to keep going there and detecting and digging until I do find some good stuff, I think me and Alan is going to be meeting up in 2 weeks' time, coming down my area again this time, and we might head to one of the locations we've been there, been before. Well, it might even be another location, newer location. I don't know yet. Right, so I'm going to go, and I'll catch you all later. Good night. Have a good weekend, everyone. Yeah. Cheers.